Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Saturday the 5th of April 2025 and today we're off back to International Stadium for what could prove to be a massive game at both ends of the table. It is Gateshead versus Dagenham and Redbridge in the National League. So I'm in Gateshead and going into this afternoon's game. Dagenham are in 20th place in the National League table, only outside of the relegation zone on goal difference, although in the last three games I have picked up 7 points. So they'll be coming up here this afternoon looking to carry on that momentum and see if they can pull away from the relegation zone that bit more. In those three games they picked up a 1-0 win away to FC Halifax Town, a 1-1 draw at Sutton United and a 1-0 win at home to Maidenhead United, I believe it was. So yeah, as we say, they'll be coming up here in decent enough form, and of course nobody needs reminding of what happened when we played them down at their place earlier in the season. That was well and truly one of those games that you just cannot legislate for. Just a totally bananas 15 minutes, saw us being right in the game to being 6-1 down or whatever it was. Then obviously they made it 7 in injury time, but ironically that day I thought one of their standout performers was actually their goalkeeper. So it does maybe go to show that that we will probably have chances against them this afternoon. We're coming into this game in 7th place now in the National League table, only in the playoffs by 1 point following last weekend's 3-1 loss down at Barnet. But as I said at the time, that wasn't a game I was going to read massively into, because obviously Barnet are doing what they're doing this season. They're going to win the league, made their ground an absolute fortress. So this does kind of have a win or bust kind of feel to it, this game, I'm not going to lie. I know strictly speaking, if we do lose, we're not going to be out of the hunt, but it would be 7 losses in a row, and I don't think many people would see just how we recover from that. I think between now and the end of the season, like, all the teams are going to drop points at some point. I don't think all of them are going to win their last 6 games or last 7 in Rochdale's case, but yeah, it goes without saying we really need to put an end to this rot. But it does have to be said that in the second half, in particular last week at Barnet, there were some more encouraging signs. I think the subs that came on did make a difference in that game, as I alluded to. I think Brandon Hornstrup kind of changed the game in his own little way. I thought Braden Johnson looked really solid when he came on, so it does give a bit of food for thought with team selection, and in some ways it's actually nice to have that kind of team selection headache, isn't it? I think over the last few weeks we've been kind of moaning and groaning about just how many injuries we've had, like only having a very select few players to choose from, whereas now where we actually maybe do have a few more options, which is obviously a good thing. I think obviously some more like natural leaders coming back into the team, which will help. So I will probably say I'm a little bit more hopeful for this game than what I have been for the last few. But as we say, it is completely down to us now to go out there and just get this game won today, because the games really don't come much tougher than what we've got in our next 2. Obviously next weekend it's a trip down to Forest Green, another side that haven't lost a home game all season. Then obviously on Good Friday, York are coming up here, obviously second in the league, being up there pretty much all season. So I mean, don't get me wrong, it is not like if we're on our game, we can beat Forest Green and we can beat York, but obviously with both of them it's certainly easier said than done, and I know that's obviously the case with every game, but this is a massively important day for the football club. obviously we know Dagenham are coming up here and really are playing for something, which I think the Hartlepool game aside is going to be the case for all of our opponents over the last few weeks of the season. Okay, maybe Forest Green and York are now in a position where that neither of them are going to win the league, but neither of them are going to drop out of the top three, but all the same, that's still not mathematically guaranteed. And obviously we've got Boston still to play, who right in the mix for a relegation battle. Obviously the last game of the season is against Southend, which if the point situation is as it is now, that could be an absolutely colossal game, couldn't it? They're just 1 point beneath us in the table, so yeah, it really is a squeaky bum time in the National League, and we've got to now look to put this pretty horrible run of form that we've been on behind us. I don't think I've ever had a month as a football fan that was quite as miserable as March was, but let's hope that April can put a bit more spring into us. So let's head on down to the International Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up, Dagenham are getting ready over here. It looks as though they're going to be in a change strip of yellow this afternoon. Of course, they would play in red and blue in their home games. And Gateshead are getting ready just over here. Of course, we are going to be in our white and black home strip. I'll see when the players are coming out and someone ready to start the match. And as you can see, the roofing structure is finally being taken away from that stand over there. Of course, this stadium is now under new operators as of this week. Will it be replaced, or will it just go roofless? We'll obviously find out in due course, but anyway, on with today's match. Wellington. Shoot, Regan! Go on! Yeah! Get in! Come on! Come on! Get in! Get in! Come on! Gateshead! 3 goals in 2. Off, lads. Half-time, Gateshead 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 0. It's amazing what a few players coming back from injury can do, isn't it? Yeah, we just look absolutely worlds apart from what we've seen from us throughout the month of March. Just look a lot more like comfortable on the ball. Look like we've got a lot more direction, and I'd even say that we look as though we're playing with a little bit more freedom. I don't know if Magna's just maybe asked them to maybe take the shackles off a little bit. I don't know if maybe tactically we've been a bit too rugged and sort of trying to follow the same system that clearly wasn't working. We've clearly just maybe just scrap that and just trying to let players make decisions for themselves a little bit more. But whatever it is, it's certainly been working so far. As I said, we've been a lot more sort of better structured defensively. I think obviously having Kenton Richardson back there as well as Robbie Tinkler and Brandon Hornstrup, it really is making quite a difference. I just think throughout the whole team, we just look a lot stronger than what we have done over the last few weeks. Obviously the new signings are making a decent impression. This is Tim Akinola's first game. Obviously he didn't get on at Barnet last week, but he's come into the side today and made a good impression, got his goal, which for his playing in that first half he probably deserved. Ethan Robson got on the score sheet as well. We just look a lot more like confident, I've got to say, which is obviously good to see. Like Dagenham haven't really offered a great deal in this game yet, but there is still another 45 minutes to go, and while it is at 2-0, I know it's a little bit cliche, but the next goal definitely is important. If Dagenham do get it, then it maybe makes this game a little bit more interesting, but I think if we can get that third, it'll probably put this one beyond all doubt, like based on the patterns of play that have been the way so far. But hopefully we can go on and just get the 3 points collected.
This is kind of this. Man. Go on, Hornstrup, shoot! Go on! Read it.
Put the muzzle toss there. Save, man. Here we go.
Jesus Christ! Come on! Of added time at the end of this game, 4 minutes. Come on! time. 4 minutes.
4 minutes additional time. 4 minutes.
He's blown a gasket. Hello. Okay, man. Blow your whistle, man! Fucking blow your whistle, man! Blow your hooter. Win it! Well in, Hannah. Run! Blow your whistle, you! Come on! Come on! Gateshead! Come on! Come on, go!
Full-time Gateshead 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. I think you could really see the relief all around the stadium at full-time there. I think when you've been on a run as bad as what we have recently, where obviously we'd lost 6 in a row and not 1 in 8, I think that first win after it is such an important thing. It doesn't matter how you do it, just stop the rot by hook or by crook, and it probably has to be said that we made that one a little bit more difficult for ourselves than maybe what we ought to, because at half time we were in so much control, we were moving the ball about really well. Dagenham couldn't really get near us, so we just looked like so comfortable. Then they get a goal almost out of nothing really, but I don't think you can really blame George Shelby for it. I think he was just a little bit unfortunate with the fact that it's hit him, but then on there we started to look a little bit naive, we started to look a little bit nervous. The decision making was a little bit off, like we weren't as fluid with our play, and you were starting to get flashbacks to like some of the recent games. Like you were almost feeling as though like once Dagenham got that goal back, you were just starting to question how long would it be before they got that equaliser. But we did manage to hold firm, and it is a pretty important win for us today. And I think it was obviously helped by the fact that Sutton equalised in the dying seconds against Southend, which was obviously greeted with a lot of enthusiasm from our fans, because obviously we've got the 3 points, and it's perhaps given us a little bit more of a cushion than maybe what we're expecting after this game, regardless of our result and the results elsewhere. And I mean, it's obviously not ideal the fact that Altrincham won, but we're still in there by 3 points, and at the time of recording this, Halifax haven't kicked their game off against Eastleigh yet, and that's just where we are with the season now, isn't it? We are maybe naturally starting to look at how the other sides are getting on and what it means, but it goes without saying, maybe we shouldn't be in this position in the first place, where we are maybe starting to nervously look at other results to see whether we will get in the playoffs or not. But it is in our hands, and I think that is the ultimate thing. Obviously, next up we've got Forest Green away, then followed by York at home, which is it's not ideal playing third place and second place back to back, but it is what it is, and you've got to face those sides at some point anyway. And for what it's worth, this league is like ridiculously inconsistent, really, isn't it? And I think if we showed some of the quality that we did show in the first half today, then throughout the course of the 90 minutes of those two games, then you never know, and that is the good thing. I think when we played Forest Green earlier on in the season, it was just one of those games we didn't start quick enough. They got the goal, and we just couldn't break them down and got sucker punched at the end. If we can naturally, obviously, make a bit of a better start to next week's game, maybe impose our game on them a little bit more. Don't give them the option to frustrate us. Then there could be a result in that for us. I think it's one of those that you probably look at it and you're thinking now that obviously we know what we know from today's results. If we can get a draw out of it, then there could be. That could be a very, very good result. And obviously York the week after, it's interesting now a little bit, isn't it? Because I think they're only 8 points off of top spot. Granted, it's still pretty unlikely that they're gonna win the league, but would they be maybe starting to tailor their plans somewhat towards preparing for the playoff campaign? We don't know, but obviously we've still got absolutely everything to go for, and we've got to show a pretty consistent level of effort and desire in every single game. I think we're probably coming off the back of that one stage. Obviously glad that we've got the 3 points in the bag, but probably looking at it and thinking, there are things that we need to be doing better, especially in some of the games that we've got coming up, because with all due respect to Dagenham, they are down near the bottom of the league for a reason, and maybe with the way that second half went, some of the sides that are maybe a little bit higher up would have punished us, but it is what it is. You can only beat what's put in front of you, and that is what we've done today, and we have to prove now that it is something that we are going to build on, a turning point almost, rather than something that's maybe just papering over cracks a little bit. But we'll find out in due course. But all the same, just relieved to get that one out of the way. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Tuesday night with a big game from the Championship, and one that I'm very much looking forward to. It is Middlesbrough versus Leeds United. So until then, take care, cheers for watching, see you later.